Doors. This is Channel 8 News at 4:30.
Now at 4:30, stopping short what President Trump says he will and won't do about the bipartisan housing bill. Plus, music to their ears, why this year's Zoo Fest is coming at just the right time for some O Street business owners. And not so fast, the reason behind Jordan Larson's decision to unretire. But tonight we begin with our first forecast heading into the weekend. Happy Friday, everyone, and thank you so much for joining us now at 4:30. I'm Mackenzie Johnson. Let's get right over to meteorologist Dominic Ferraro. Dom, what do we need to know?
Hey, good afternoon, Mackenzie. Kind of a different picture than we've seen the last couple of days. A bit gloomy out here to close out the work week in the capital city as we take a look on your Allo Communications camera. Temperatures right now in Lincoln, the low 80s, mid 80s for Beatrice, 80 as well in Hastings, Kearney, the upper 70s for York, Grand Island. A light breeze there out of the east and northeast. However, plenty humid out there as well. So you might think, okay, well, the clouds are keeping things manageable, but still feels pretty thick out there with the humidity. And we're keeping an eye on a few light showers, mainly north of the Lincoln and Omaha metros there, in between Omaha and Columbus. We might see a couple sprinkles out of this, but not expecting a ton out of this. Just, you know, if you're heading out here for dinner plans, just keep an eye on the radar. Temperatures likely going to stick around into the lower 80s for just a bit longer, than down into the 70s for the majority of the evening. And I wish I could tell you with that breeze, the dew points were going to go away, but unfortunately here going to be sticking around into the mid to upper 60s for that humidity as we go through the rest of your night. So it's still going to feel a bit sticky out there. Then for your high temperature, I guess, excuse me, we're going to go current temperatures here, I guess. As you can see across the state, upper 70s to low 80s, mid 80s, feels a lot more summer, like summer as you head out towards the west. More details in your forecast coming up in a few minutes.
All right, thank you so much, Dom. Breaking now, wild weather hits the heartland. A 1 in a 1,000-year rainfall event is happening now in a rural part of southeastern Missouri. This here is video of rising floodwaters in Reynolds County, one of 2 counties that's under a rare flash flood emergency. Across the region, more than a foot of rain has fallen since Thursday night, sparking dangerous flash flooding. That emergency was in place for both Reynolds and Iron counties, and it covers several thousand people. Happening today, Zoo Fest is back for another year. This is the 53rd annual Zoo Bar Festival, and they're putting on this outdoor concert. 4 live bands will start performing here soon at 5 o'clock. And tomorrow, even more incredible music starts at 1 p.m. in the afternoon. On your screen right now, you can see a video from Zoo Fest in previous years that was sent into our Now Local News app. If you want to make it out there, the festival will be on the corner of 14th and P Streets. The U.S. and Iran are holding negotiations right now with what happens to Iran's nuclear supply. ABC's Martha Raddatz reports.
Iran is still bracing for additional strikes from the U.S. after Iran launched missiles and drones at U.S. military facilities in Bahrain, Kuwait, and Jordan. All of those missiles were intercepted, but there were no new U.S. attacks overnight, despite 2 nights of bombing and the fact that the president has declared the ceasefire over. This comes on the final day of a 6-day funeral service for the Ayatollah killed in the opening rounds of this war well over 4 months ago. Massive crowds mourned the slain leader, issuing a stark warning to President Trump, unfurling banners and threatening the president with death and offering a $100 million bounty. But technical talks about Iran's nuclear program are continuing. A U.S. official telling ABC that the United States is still committed to finding a resolution so Iran can never possess a nuclear weapon. But there has been no evidence of progress. And with the missile strikes this week, only major setbacks. Back to you.
New details now as another man is added to the indictment on the alleged plot to attack the White House UFC event, and some updated charges. The 8 men involved, including one from Nebraska, could now face life in prison if convicted. That includes Abraham Alvarez from Omaha, who prosecutors call a ringleader of the operation. He was part of the 5 men originally arrested after officials uncovered this plot. 2 other suspects were then taken into custody the following week. And overnight, the indictment now includes an 8th defendant, Chandler Skaggs of West Virginia. We also have new details now on Congressman Mike Flood's affordable housing bill. President Trump says he will not sign the bipartisan bill That's garnered support from our Nebraska delegation in D.C. But even without his support, he will let it become law, and it will go into effect at midnight tonight. A loophole in Congress allows the 21st Century Road to Housing Act to become law once 10 days have passed after the bill was handed over to the president. If Trump does choose to veto it, Congress would have to override that veto. Trump had previously tried to stall the landmark bill in an attempt to pass his SAVE Act. We'll keep you updated on the proposal. New tonight, farmers are gaining access to critical equipment repair tools in a John Deere settlement.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Here, this is Jake Homer reporting for Channel 8 News. A John Deere settlement now allows the right to repair for small businesses, which means those farmers that own John Deere tractors don't have to go through John Deere to get those machines repaired. They can now get them repaired here locally to independent mechanics, which makes a big difference for farmers, not just in Nebraska, but all across the country. Tonight, we're talking with one farmer who definitely will change the way he does things with this new settlement now finalized, and we'll also be talking with local mechanics on what they will be doing differently. That's in the news right here at 5 and 6 o'clock.
Right now, Nebraska ranks among the states that spend the most on health insurance.
For Channel 8 News, I'm Andrew Ward. Nebraska is in the lead for spending on this necessity. Usually being at the top is a good thing, but it's not exactly true in this case. Wallet Hub ranking Nebraska number 12 when it comes to states where people spend the most on health insurance. They found that Nebraskans spend over 11% of our median monthly income on insurance. Now, the highest on this list being West Virginia, where people spend over 20% of their monthly household income. This study comes as health insurance costs have been climbing the past few years across the country. Those in Maryland are spending the least. According to Wallet Hub, they found close to 5% of their monthly income goes toward health insurance.
Also right now, Lancaster County is being recognized for supporting working families. Lincoln Littles and the Lincoln Partnership for Economic Development created the Lincoln Family Friendly Workplace certification, and now Lancaster County is joining 11 other organizations who have been recognized in this most recent round. New at 4:30, the Lincoln Police Department is designating 2 of their parking spots for safety swaps. Both are located at LPD's Northwest Team Building. It's at 27th and Holdridge Streets. 2 stalls are marked with this sign, which you see here on your screen, indicating they're swap spots. Anyone who needs to can use them for things like child custody exchanges, or if you have to meet up with someone if you're buying something online. They're available every day from 5 a.m. to 11 p.m. LPD is encouraging everyone to use these safe options. Developing now, a search for answers after a scare in the sky. ABC's Christian Cordero explains the terrifying moments on board one flight today.
This video posted to social media is what Ryanair Flight 1879 from northern Greece looked like as passengers were on the ground safely and ushered out. Oxygen masks down, personal items left behind, and this one window shattered through. Ryanair confirms a window on this Boeing 737 dislodged shortly after takeoff this morning, declaring an emergency at 13,000 feet. One of the passengers, a 61-year-old man sitting closest to that window, was partially sucked out of the aircraft, according to a doctor who treated him soon after. The doctor says his wife held on to her husband's feet for several minutes to keep him partially in the plane. He's now in the hospital. A senior Greek aviation official tells ABC News the incident started with an engine failure, adding pieces of the engine hit the plane's fuselage, shattering the window. Ryanair has not addressed what caused the issue, but in a statement tells ABC News the plane landed safely and a replacement aircraft was arranged to bring passengers to the flight's destination. It's a rare but similar incident to what happened aboard a Southwest flight 8 years ago.
Southwest 1380 has an engine fire descending.
Part of that Boeing plane's engine exploded due to fatigue, according to the NTSB report, shattering a window and killing the passenger who was sucked out. The FAA immediately ordered inspections of similar aircraft, and the NTSB's findings led Boeing to redesign parts of its engine panels.
Among the questions, officials say they're working to clarify whether the passenger was wearing his seatbelt when the window shattered. That passenger is now in the ICU in Greece receiving treatment. Christiane Cordero, ABC News, Washington.
Coming up next at 4:30, back in the game, when Jordan Larson will return to play volleyball and what is behind her decision. And coming up all new at 5, the way forward, we're talking to Matthew Bishop's mother, why she says the family was moved to donate his organs. It's a story you'll only see here on Channel 8. Stay with us.
Bringing you the most comprehensive.
Ahead of the 2026 season, and fans thought her final game was in April. But good news, she's returning to the court. For the details on her decision, let's check in with Channel 8 Sports Director Nate Johnson.
Hey, thanks, Mackenzie. Well, I think it's pretty great for volleyball. You know, she's one of the best female volleyball players of all time, and her returning to Love, Nebraska helps that team out a lot, and it helps League One overall to add such a highly touted star. It will be interesting to see what they do with her jersey that they retired in the rafters last season, if that stays up or comes down. Larson finished last season ranked 5th in League One volleyball with 234 kills and 6th in total points with 267. She also led Love Nebraska with 15 service aces. She was named the 2026 Love Best Outside Hitter and selected to the 2026 Love Icons first team after earning second team honors in 2025. Larson took to social media today to share a bit of why she has decided to return to the court.
So after a lot of thought and time away from the game, I have decided that I will be returning for season 3. I think people search their whole life to find something that they love, and the game is something that I truly love. And my relationship with the game has evolved over the years, but it's still strong and true, and I can't wait to get on the court again soon.
The governor will be back next season, undoubtedly one of the best to ever play the game. The Nebraska native returning to play in Nebraska. We'll have a lot more to talk about coming your way in the Sports Zone. We'll see you there. For now, the Mackenzie will send things back over to you.
All right, thanks, Nate. Let's get our full forecast now with meteorologist Dominic Ferraro. Dom?
Yeah, Mackenzie, it's been a little bit of a cooler day here in southeast Nebraska. Not necessarily the case, though, for central and western portions of the state. Right now, temperatures still in the mid-80s for North Platte, Ogallala at 89, 88 in Scottsbluff, 94 for your current temperature in Chadron. But here in southeast Nebraska, that cloud cover has kept a lid on things. 78 in Grand Island, 81 here in Lincoln, though, as we mentioned before, still plenty humid out there. And that's going to stick around here for your evening plans as well. Upper 60s to low 70s for those dew points across the state. So, but mainly confined here to eastern Nebraska for some of the highest levels of humidity. And it's going to feel just kind of thick out there. And I was out there a little bit earlier this afternoon, and you can almost kind of feel it in the air. So just be ready for that if you are heading outside tonight. Also keeping track of a few showers, mainly light for the moment. In fact, I kind of have a hard time believing if any of this is even making it to the ground north of the capital city. But if it does, likely a few light showers there. We've seen a couple more trying to get going here in far southeastern Nebraska, but it's going to be kind of hit and miss with these chances for showers going forward. Stormcast at least shows a chance through the next few hours, but then once we get closer to 9, 10 o'clock tonight, ultimately fizzling out. Then as we head towards early Saturday morning, can't rule out then a few areas of fog. It's kind of the lower level cloud cover that we're picking up here on Stormcast, especially out towards the Tri-Cities and down towards a few counties along the Kansas-Nebraska line. Something to keep an eye on if you're heading out early on Saturday morning, but you'll be hard-pressed to find a cloud as we go then throughout your Saturday afternoon. Maybe a brief shower or two out towards the Panhandle, but mostly clear skies then as we head towards the start of your day on Sunday. In terms of your almanac, tomorrow marks the first day where our average high temperature is 90 degrees or warmer. We'll see an average high of 90 degrees from tomorrow until July 27th. It's statistically our warmest time of the year. Record high of 107 tomorrow. Thankfully not coming anywhere close to that. And precipitation for the day just under 2 inches for the record there as well. But we're likely going to stay dry as we head through the weekend. As I mentioned here, we'll see a few passing clouds, maybe even a little bit of fog to start things off on your Saturday morning. But as we head through the afternoon, I'm expecting plenty of sunshine. UV does peak at a 9 tomorrow, so if you are enjoying the pool or the lake, make sure we're putting sunscreen on. And as always, never a bad idea to keep drinking that water because we are going to warm up as we head through the end of the weekend and into the start of next week. But got to enjoy these seasonal temperatures while they last. Mackenzie?
Oh, absolutely. Thank you so much, Dom. Right now, the Phelps County Sheriff's Office is reaching out for some help in solving a case. They're searching for information on the Bertrand fire. Now, you might remember that March wildfire burned through more than 1,200 acres of land. Officials say they're investigating it as possible arson. And now they're offering a reward worth almost $19,000 for information that leads to the arrest and prosecution of the person responsible. Anyone with information is asked to call the number on your screen or Nebraska Crime Stoppers. New developments now about what led up to a federal officer shooting and killing a man in Houston. ABC's Jacqueline Lee explains.
More details are emerging after an ICE officer shot and killed 52-year-old Lorenzo Salgado Araujo in Houston Tuesday. DHS officials admitting Salgado Araujo was not the target of the ICE search. The officials say Salgado Araujo, who is a Mexican national, resembled the target. An ICE spokesperson says Salgado Araujo ignored commands during a vehicle stop. That spokesperson also says Salgado Araujo allegedly weaponized his vehicle in an attempt to run over an officer, prompting the officer to fire his weapon in self-defense. The attorney who represents the passengers who were in the car with Salgado Araujo says the officer's account of the incident is inaccurate.
Yeah, they confirmed that at no point was there ever an ICE agent directly in front of the vehicle. They also confirmed that the shots came from the sides, not from the front, which is inconsistent, with the ICE agent statements.
Congresswoman Sylvia Garcia says she spoke with acting ICE Director David Venturella about her concerns regarding the incident. She says he confirmed none of the ICE agents were wearing body cameras and none of the vehicles had dashboard cameras that captured the shooting.
I really pressed him on this because, quite frankly, I would have to ask the community, what would you do if you're just being followed by someone? And the cars were unmarked. They did not have a siren. They did not have lights or noise.
The district attorney of Harris County says his investigators were not invited to the scene that day, which historically is common.
We will go to the ends of the earth to collect all the evidence so that we can eventually let the public know what happened.
Salgado Araujo's family is now demanding an independent investigation.
I just want all Americans to know that my dad was a hardworking man, a family man, who wanted nothing more than to put food on the table and to watch his sons achieve the American dream.
The Harris County Medical Examiner listed Salgado Araujo's death as a homicide with the primary cause of death as a gunshot wound to the torso. Jacqueline Lee, ABC News, Los Angeles.
Coming up, ongoing outbreak. A parasite is affecting people around the country, what it causes, and what Nebraska health officials say about the potential of it reaching our state. And coming up new at 5, Concordia calling for help, how much money they need, and the major projects it would pay for. Stick with us. Spreading concern tonight. It comes as the number of confirmed cases of a parasitic intestinal illness are rising, and health officials are trying to find a source for that outbreak. Here's ABC's Perry Russum.
The race is on to find the source of a cyclosporiasis outbreak. In Michigan alone, health officials say there have been more than 1,250 cases. That's up from 300 cases about a week ago. Officials say it's possible the increase is due to better awareness and tracking of the illness. Cyclosporiasis is not spread from person to person. Rather, the illness is transmitted by consuming contaminated food or water and then infects the small intestine. Doctors say it typically spreads through contaminated fresh produce, such as raspberries, cilantro, basil, and bag salad mixes. Many people remain asymptomatic, but for those experiencing symptoms, they usually appear about a week after exposure. Those symptoms include nausea, gas, fatigue, stomach upset, fever, and weight loss.
The issue is that, and one thing to remember, with some foodborne illness, you get sick for about 24 to 48 hours, and then you get better. With this particular illness, the symptoms come and go, and they can last for weeks to up to a month.
One Detroit mother says her symptoms lasted for days.
By day 7, I'm like, night sweats, sick every time I eat, like I'm not getting better. I'm like, I think I need to call the doctor. Like, what if something is really wrong with me? Like, I was seriously freaking out.
There are ways to reduce your cyclosporiasis risk. Wash your hands with soap and water. Wash all fruits and vegetables. Thoroughly cook vegetables. And refrigerate produce that has been cut, peeled, or cooked. Doctors say for most healthy people, the illness will resolve itself on its own, but if necessary, antibiotics can be used. Perry Russum, ABC News, New York.
All right, time now for our final check of the forecast here at 4:30. This is meteorologist Dominic Ferrara with all the details for us. Dom?
Hey, Mackenzie. Yeah, if anyone's heading down to Zoo Fest here downtown, maybe be ready for a couple sprinkles out there, though I think the cloudiness and a little bit of humidity likely going to be your greatest concerns heading out tonight. And we're going to see those temperatures linger around here in the low 80s for just a little bit longer, then down ultimately into the 70s. So if you're heading out there tonight, just got to be dressed for the heat just a little bit, but hopefully going to enjoy some good music there. As we head then into your forecast for tonight, low 60s to upper 50s out towards the west. Then here in southeast Nebraska, I do think that cloud cover helps us hang on to those temperatures just a little bit longer. The mid 60s for your lows here with a light breeze. Heading into your Saturday afternoon, then upper 80s. So right about where we're supposed to be this time of year. The low 90s, your average high temperature in Lincoln. We'll see that as you head out towards the west, even moving close to the triple digits for far portions of the Panhandle. And only going to get warmer then as we head through the weekend back into the 90s on Sunday as well then on Monday. And we're really looking at some warmer temperatures heading into the end of next week.
Thank you so much, Dom, and thank you all for joining us at 4:30. We'll be right back in just a few minutes with a lot more news.
trusted news source. This is Channel 8 News at 5.
New tonight, love lives on.
Yeah, he's always been kind of a giving person.
One Grand Island family is finding hope after heartbreak, how their son's final wish is helping others. Then, homeward bound, a missing 12-year-old is safe after a search stretching for hundreds of miles, who police say helped bring him home. Plus, a bold vision. Concordia University is launching a multi-million-dollar campaign, how the money could reshape student life. And retirement can wait.
I have decided that I will be returning for season 3.
Jordan Larson announcing she's returning to Love, Nebraska. Why she's suiting up for another season. We begin tonight with a story you'll only hear here on Channel 8, a final gift. One Nebraska family is honoring their son's last wish.
I just leaned down and whispered in his ear. I said, if you want to share your love, you need to let go.
Matthew Bishop was only 41 years old, but his story doesn't end here. It's really only just the beginning. Good evening, everyone, and thank you so much for joining us tonight. I'm Rod Fowler. Losing a child, the ultimate tragedy, but one family turning their loss into a mission. Channel 8's Danielle Da Silva tells us how they hope their son's story inspires more families to have a conversation that could help save lives. Danielle?
Rod, Matthew Bishop was brutally beaten in Grand Island on Sunday. He died yesterday. For his mom, Colleen, the last few days of her son's life have been agonizing. But that is not where the story ends for their family or for Matthew's legacy. She told me about the journey they were on to complete their son's final wish.
I knew for sure he wanted to donate it, but it just fits in with his personality that he'd want to spread the love further and have that be part of his legacy.
Matthew Bishop's mom, Colleen, says the decision to donate her son's organs was made partly due to his prognosis, partly due to family history.
We had a family tragedy a year ago, and from that experience, that opened up dialogue between us of his desires to donate if anything should happen like this.
But for the organs to be viable for transplant, once the respirator was removed, there was a time frame for Matthew to actually die to keep them usable.
And Matthew never made curfew in his life when he was growing up. So we all were kind of concerned that God wouldn't grant that.
Surrounded by his parents and 3 siblings, Matthew took his final breath just in time.
So we were kind of coming down to the wire, actually, and I just leaned down and whispered in his ear. I said, if you want to share your love, you need to let go. And he expired about 10 minutes before the deadline.
Colleen says what came next was the best case scenario.
They could use all of his organs except his eyes, which were basically destroyed in this brutal attack. That's a minor disappointment compared to the heart, the lungs, kidneys, liver. I mean, the list went on what they can use.
With the OR prepped and waiting, the path to the surgery was lined with family and friends that came from all over Nebraska, including Lincoln. Also, staff from Mercy Bergen.
The medical team were truly angels on earth.
Finally, some peace.
It was hard to let him go, but knowing that he's going to be able to touch so many lives and bring them joy and happiness like he did us, that was a blessing. And that helps us ease forward.
Colleen says it's definitely hard not to be angry about the way her son died, but she's happy for all the people who will live on through Matthew's organs, bones, skin, and even ligaments. The family is holding a memorial tomorrow and working on a fundraiser that will help those wanting to become donors themselves, get them signed up and into the database. We'll have that information at klcantv.com. Reporting live from the studio, Danielle Da Silva, Channel 8 News.
All right. Thank you, Danielle. And we appreciate Mom talking to us today. Matthew Bishop's legacy will be celebrated tonight before the 9 o'clock performance at the Here Grand Island musical event. Friends and community members will gather for a moment of silence and a toast in his honor, remembering the impact he brought to downtown Grand Island. New developments as a major housing bill is set to become law in just a few hours, despite President Trump saying he won't sign it. Trump writing on social media that he's refusing to sign it, quote, in protest over the fact that the U.S. Senate is not capable of passing the Save America Act. The president is calling on Senate Republicans to end the filibuster to advance the voter ID legislation and other Republican priorities. Now, the bill automatically becomes law tonight, even without his signature. The war in Iran appears to be ramping up again. President Donald Trump says the ceasefire between the U.S. and Iran is officially over. In a social media post, the president writes that American officials informed Tehran of that point. Trump goes on to say diplomatic talks continue. It's time now for a look at your first forecast on this Friday. A very cloudy day to end the week as we take a live look out from our network of cameras across southeast Nebraska. You know, because of that cloud cover, not as hot as it could have been, but will that be changing as we head into the weekend? Let's head over to meteorologist Dominic Ferraro. Dominic?
Hey, good evening, Rod. Yeah, we're going to get a lot more sunshine this weekend. So while it was kind of a gloomy close to things here on your Friday, we're going to see lots of sunshine this weekend and really into next week. As we take a look outside here, your Barry Law camera, you can see a few there of those overcast skies over the capital city. 81 at the Lincoln Airport. It's 84 here at the KOKN studios. Winds light and variable. And that cloud cover also kind of trapping in some of that humidity. So that will be joining you then for any plans outside for your Friday night. Temperatures across the state, low 80s here in southeastern Nebraska, even 79 out in Holdridge. But then as you head out towards the west, 88 in Scottsbluff, 89 Ogallala, and 94 degrees for your current temperature in Chadron. We are keeping an eye on a few light showers, mainly north of the capital city at this time. It could give us a few sprinkles as we go through the rest of the evening, but I do think the majority of us then are going to be clear as we head into the overnight hours. We're going to hang on to those 80s for just a touch longer than down into the 70s for the majority of that forecast. Dew points sticking around in the upper 60s too, but lots of sunshine, higher levels of heat, humidity on the way then for next week. More details in that forecast in a few minutes.
Thank you, Dominic. Developing now an ambitious campaign for Concordia University in Seward. From athletics to education, they're hoping to raise tens of millions of dollars. They say it's all for the students and the future. Channel 8's Mackenzie Johnson tells us the details about the big plan. Mackenzie?
Yeah, Concordia University is launching a campaign called Shine Forth, and there are 4 distinct priorities in this plan. In total, it adds up to a $75 million price tag, and the university is hoping they can get enough support to start work on some big projects. The first part of their campaign is focusing on their annual essential costs. They're also hoping to raise money for future academic projects. When it comes to sports and music, they're planning to create a baseball and softball stadium, which you can see here. Plus, Concordia will invest in state-of-the-art instruments for their music programs. And the final goal is building up an endowment fund.
Whether they want to support academic scholarships, if they have a business mind and they're really into innovation and they'd like to see some great new things that Concordia has in plan, whether they like new shiny facilities, we have that with our Steinway initiative in the ball fields, or if they really do see the long-term plan and they appreciate setting up the university for financial stability, then the endowment component is there for them.
This is a 5-year campaign, and the university is hoping to get the ball rolling starting today. They have a website already up with details on each of the 4 categories, and if people want to donate, they can choose where to put their money. Tonight at 10 o'clock, we'll hear more details on how this will impact students on campus. Reporting in the studio, Mackenzie Johnson, Channel 8 News.
All right, thank you, Mackenzie. And developing now here in Lincoln, a 12-year-old who disappeared nearly 2 weeks ago is now safe after investigators tracked him down in Texarkana, Texas, nearly 11 hours away from the capital city. Police say the boy traveled there by bus with a friend and that friend's 49-year-old mother. Lincoln police saying finding the boy took a coordinated effort across several agencies.
The Lincoln Police Department reached out to the U.S. Marshals Metro Fugitive Task Force for assistance. The Metro Fugitive Task Force, with the assistance of the U.S. Marshals Western District of Arkansas Fugitive Task Force and the Texarkana Police Department, ultimately located the missing 12-year-old boy. This is a great example of interagency cooperation leading to a successful resolution.
Police arrested 49-year-old Tracy Riley, who's accused of violating custody and contributing to the delinquency of a minor. Arrangements are underway to bring the boy back home to Lincoln. New details on another man added to the indictment on the alleged plot to attack the White House UFC event, and some updated charges. The 8 men, including one from Nebraska, could now face up to life in prison if convicted. This includes Abraham Alvarez from Omaha, who prosecutors called a ringleader. He was part of the 5 men originally arrested. 2 other suspects were arrested the following week, and now an 8th person has been arrested from West Virginia. Federal prosecutors say the group went far beyond just sharing extremist views online.
The allegations in this indictment, we allege, show that these men were not simply airing grievances from behind their keyboards and sharing like-minded political ideologies. Rather, they took action to carry out a plot to attack the UFC Freedom 250 event and to murder federal officials at the highest levels of our government.
The new indictment replaces the original charges, adding a conspiracy count that carries a possible life sentence if convicted. All 8 men are pleading not guilty. Well, stay with us. We have plenty more coming your way after the break, such as back on the court. Former Husker Jordan Larson is coming out of retirement. Why, she says, retirement can wait. Stay with us. Former Husker volleyball star and national champion Jordan Larson will return to the court. Larson had initially announced her retirement ahead of the 2026 season and played, well, thought to be the final game on April 4th. Today, though, she and Love Nebraska announcing her return. For the latest, Let's check in with Channel 8 Sports Director Nate Johnson, who joins us here in the studio. Nate, thoughts on Larson coming back?
Yeah, thanks, Rod. Well, I think it's great for volleyball. She is one of, if not the best female volleyball players of all time. Her returning to Love, Nebraska helps that team out a lot, and it helps League One overall to add such a highly touted star. It will be interesting to see what they do with her jersey that they retired in the rafters last season, if that stays or comes down. Larson finished last season ranked 5th in League One volleyball with 234 kills and 6th in total points with 267. She also led Love, Nebraska with 15 service aces. She was named the 2026 Love Best Outside Hitter and selected to the 2026 Love Icons first team after earning second team honors in 2025. Larson took to social media today to share a bit of why she has decided to return to the court.
So after a lot of thought and time away from the game, I have decided that I will be returning for season 3. I think people search their whole life to find something that they love, and the game is something that I truly love. And my relationship with the game has evolved over the years, but it's still strong and true, and I can't wait to get on the court again soon.
The Governor will be back next season. Undoubtedly one of the best to ever play the game. The Nebraska native returning to play in Nebraska. Well, more to talk about coming your way in the Sports Zone. And for now, though, we'll send things over to Dom.
Now, your Storm Alert team forecast with meteorologist Dominic Ferraro.
Well, I wanted to highlight just a couple of points here as we head into the weekend on what you need to keep an eye on for the forecast. Quiet, though, for once here on your severe weather potential at the moment. No parts of Nebraska under any sort of severe weather potential. I'm going to go ahead and knock on some wood after this because I've worked plenty of long nights so far this severe weather season. And as the weekend guy, that would all be coming my way then if this graphic's wrong. So I'll go ahead and knock on some wood, get that taken care of. But we're going to be warming up as we head through the weekend as well. Upper 80s to low 90s for your highs, and then the heat and humidity continuing in the next weekend where we could see then a few days where we're in the upper 90s for high temperatures and the heat index once again above 100 degrees. But we got a couple days before we get there. Some nice summer days coming up here. But again, if you're looking for a great day to get out to the lake or the pool, got a few of those coming up for you as well. As we take a look here outside South 6th and Perkins Street at your Shones roofing camera in Beatrice, and you can see some of that cloud cover we've been dealing with really for much of the day today. As you can see, cooler here in southeast Nebraska compared to the rest of the state, who has seen a little more sunshine this afternoon and evening. Upper 70s in Holdridge, 81 here in Grand Island, 81 as well in Lincoln, 83 for the Beatrice area there, and 82 up in the Omaha Metro. Dew points still sticking with us here in the upper 60s to then the lower 70s. So if you're heading down to Zoo Fest tonight, maybe going out to grab some dinner. If you are going to be sitting outside there, just be ready for a little bit of humidity to join you alongside those plans. Still keeping an eye then on a few showers. These have kind of just lingered over the last hour or so. Very light returns here on a radar, so likely only a couple sprinkles making it to the ground, if anything, out of those. But we could see a few more showers then try and creep in from far southwestern Iowa and northwestern Missouri here into southeastern Nebraska, right now just south of Nebraska City. But we'll keep an eye on that going forward. I don't think there's any sort of a severe weather risk to keep an eye on at this. At the moment, there's not the ingredients in place to kind of maintain those storms for a long period of time. We just might see a few showers out of this going forward. Stormcast kind of agrees with that and tries to blow up one or two of these showers here briefly in southeast Nebraska ahead of then a quiet start to your day on Saturday morning. As we take a look here early, this kind of these lighter colors here on your screen, that's likely trying to indicate some sort of a patchy fog there for central and south central Nebraska and maybe here in between Lincoln and Omaha. So it's something we can see here just right around sunrise, and that will fizzle out as we start to heat up for the day. But mostly clear skies for the majority of your Saturday, maybe a few fair weather clouds there in the afternoon and evening. But I think the majority of us then are going to stay on the clear side. There's also a brief chance for a shower and maybe a rumble of thunder out towards the west. But that stays quiet then as we head into the start of your Sunday. Taking a look at low temperatures tonight, mid to upper 60s then for your lows, including 66 here in Lincoln. So it's just a degree or two below average for this time of year. And we're close to average once again for your high temperatures on Saturday. Upper 80s to then lower 90s as you head out towards the west. And Chadron, Scottsbluff there making their best attempt at the mid 90s and maybe even a triple digit or two, at least out there. So they can keep those out there for for us. As we head through the weekend, as I mentioned, plenty of sunshine. Still the case here for the first half of next week, but I think it's as we get towards Thursday, Friday, that could be likely some of the warmest days we've seen in the calendar year. Our warmest high temperatures so far, still 97 set back on March 21st. Of 2026. So we'll see if we can get there. A couple chances then for precipitation heading into next weekend, though the details on that still a bit murky.
Thank you, Dominic. Right now, one of Lincoln's longest-running music traditions is well underway. This was the calm before the music storm earlier today. Submitted to us by citizen journalist Brian on the Now Local News app. The two-day festival at the Zoo Bar there celebrates the venue's 53rd anniversary with blues, rock, and roots artists taking the stage through Saturday night. The gates opened at 4 p.m. today with live music continuing into the night. Tomorrow, the party starts at 1. With 6 more bands slated to hit the stage. Are you going to be at Zoo Fest? Let us know. Just scan the QR code on the screen and download the Now Local News app. There you can submit your photos and videos. You'll make some money and maybe even see your content on our newscast. New tonight, a new settlement could be impacting farmers. John Deere finalizing a settlement with the Federal Trade Commission, which now allows customers the right to repair with small businesses or do it themselves. Our Jake Holman is tracking this story and joins us live now. Jake.
Yeah, good evening, Rod. A big day for farmers, not just in Nebraska, but all across the country, as local farmers will now no longer have to work directly with John Deere. They can, of course, instead work with a small business, an independent mechanic, or as you mentioned, work on it themselves. Well, the Nebraska State Director for the National Federation of Independent Business calling this, quote, a major win for Nebraska's small businesses, especially family farms. Now, many farmers in Nebraska rely on John Deere tractors for their work, and this will be a big help moving forward for smaller family farms now getting to work with independent mechanics. And a local farmer I spoke with here today in Waverly also telling me tonight this is great news. It's something that should have been accessible to everyone a long time ago. Now, we will be hearing from that farmer coming up out here on the news at 6, who also says, of course, this is a big day for farmers, but it's even bigger for those independent mechanics, which we'll talk about here on the news at 6. For now, reporting live in Waverly, Jake Holman, Channel 8 News.
No doubt a big decision. Thank you, Jake. Coming up here at 6 o'clock, as he said, we're going to hear from a farmer and have much more on what this decision means for Nebraska. Stay with us. There's plenty of new content coming your way at 6 o'clock, such as growing the business. One central Nebraska company is opening a new showroom. How it's helping other businesses stand out. We'll be back with a final look at your forecast. Don't go away. Seniors finding the perfect way to cool off. Community members at Waterford Communities in Lincoln beating the summer heat with a good old-fashioned water balloon toss. The friendly competition came with plenty of laughs and even a few direct hits on staff, we're told. Waterford says the activity kept the folks moving, stretching, and smiling, proving sometimes the simplest summer fun makes the biggest splash. Oh, that's great. They got to get outside and have some fun. Yeah, maybe need the water balloons, maybe the garden hose, swimming pool, whatever, right? Because
Exactly.
it's going to get hot.
Where's our water balloons at here?
I wish I had one right now. I'd just throw it at you.
There you go. But hey, it's going to feel pretty good this weekend. Lots of sunshine out there. Temperatures getting up into the upper 80s tomorrow, into the 90s then for your Saturday forecast, Sunday forecast. But as we start out here, upper 60s at 8 o'clock, into the low 80s then around noon, and then in the afternoon, mid to upper 80s with maybe a little bit of a fog there to start the day off. But I think after that, lots of sunshine, and that continues into your Sunday as well as your Monday forecast, and heat index values then getting close to the triple digits as we head towards the middle of next week.
All right, thank you, Dominic, and thank you for joining us. World News coming your way next. We'll see you back here at 6 o'clock.
Closed captioning on channel